Friendzies, welcome back to my channel. This week, the eyebrows are back, and the shirt that I'm wearing is on topic. Let's get into the video. So, when this video goes up, this video is going up on the 14th, you're watching it right now, I will be going to Comic-Con on Saturday, and I'm very excited. I've never been to a Comic-Con before, and that's something like I've always... like what Comic-Con is, I've always been interested in it, I've just never gone before, and this year I'm going with one of my very good friends from work, and we're both really excited. The reason I originally wanted to go was Sebastian Stan was going to be doing like a photo op. It's Boston ComicCon. Yeah, he was going to be doing a photo op, but unfortunately due to his film schedule he wasn't able, he had to like cancel the photo op. Not a big deal. I didn't buy photo op tickets, but like I was like, I'm gonna buy Comic-Con tickets and then photo op tickets because I'm gonna see my boyfriend. But unfortunately he's not able to go, but I'm still gonna go with my friend. We're gonna have a good time. But that's the reason I originally was even interested. I saw the ad on Instagram. 10 out of 10. Super excited. I'm still very hype. So today I thought it would be really fun to talk about my top 5 Marvel characters, because why the hell not? And again, I've said this a million times before, I don't really know a lot about Marvel, I don't really know a lot about superheroes. What I do know is good stuff, so we're gonna get right into it. Bam, bam, bam. So my first, number one, absolutely my favorite Marvel hero is Clint Barton, otherwise known as Hawkeye. We're getting a Hawkeye movie. I'm so excited. I'm gonna lose my mind. I know this is never gonna happen, but my dream Hawkeye movie is the same director that directed Thor Ragnarok. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. Please forgive me because I know he's like the most amazing person in the world, and he is. I just don't remember his name off the top of my head. I want him to direct the Hawkeye movie, and I want it to be about Clint's life through his childhood, through being in the circus. Budapest would be included in that up into him joining the Avengers, and basically the first Avengers movie where it's the original 6. That is my dream Hawkeye movie. I need it. And like, to get a little deep, I guess, Clint Barton is my favorite Marvel hero because out of everything that's like happened to all the other Marvel heroes, he is the most human. He grew up in an abusive household. Him and his brother were in foster care. Yeah, he joined the circus, and that's kind of fantastical, and you don't really hear about that happening to like normal people, I guess. But no matter what, he's just very human. He has a bow and arrow. And he's a human disaster, but he still does good. And that's why I really love him. He just... Is he gonna get up and complain about it? Is he like bruised to shit because he doesn't have super healing and he doesn't have like a suit to protect him and things like that? Absolutely. Is he still gonna go out of his way to save people and be a hero? Yes. And that's why I love Clint. So my second favorite Marvel hero is James Buchanan Barnes, especially because of the Sebastian Stan take on that character. Is that the right way to say it? Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes solidified it, but I love Bucky Barnes. I am in love with him. He's my sergeant. Dream boy. Other than just being the cutest boy in the whole world who just wants to learn about science and space and live with his best friend. I was gonna say his best friend, but like, his boyfriend. He never wanted to go to war, but the poor thing got drafted and he's never wanted to fight. Just let him rest. I'm like getting emotional. I love Bucky Barnes. Just, he's great and I love him, and all I want is for him and Steve to be happy. None of this bullshit with I love Peggy, but none of this bullshit. Let's be honest, Steve and Bucky were meant to be together. And also, I've said this a lot of times, this is like my little commentary. I haven't seen Endgame. I'm probably not gonna watch Endgame because I don't really care. But can we talk about, like, kudos to the costume department, but can we talk about how at a very important funeral Bucky Barnes is wearing a cute little bomber jacket and tight little skinny jeans, sitting there like with his little hip jut out. Like, you're trolling for dick at a funeral, please contain yourself. I also can't even judge him because that's what I wore to a funeral. without really thinking about it. I had like a little bomber jacket on and my little leggings that make my ass look great. I'm not saying I'm Bucky Barnes, but I'm just saying you've never seen us in the same room. Like, great hair, gay, traumatized, exhausted, the left arm hurts, likes knives, in love with their best friend. Like, tell me I'm not Bucky Barnes at this point. Which is also a big part of why I love him, because we're essentially the same person. My third favorite Marvel hero is Storm. Specifically, was it Halle Berry? Is that who plays her? In the first, like, live-action X-Men movie that they put out, I want to say early 2000s. I remember I was really young. My brothers were super into X-Men. Like, my brothers both are probably more Marvel than they are DC fans. And X-Men was, like, their big thing. They loved the X-Men. So the first, like, live-action X-Men movie, when it was available to, like, have in home on probably, like, VHS, maybe early DVD, they had it, and I think it was Halle Berry. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'll probably put some kind of edit of me being like, okay, bitch, yes, it was Halle Berry, stop talking about it. The reason why Storm, specifically her version of Storm, is one of my favorites is pretty much because she was one of my, like, gay awakenings as a child. I had other gay awakenings before her and everything, but that was a big one. Hot damn. That one's more shallow, but she's still one of my favorites. Thank you, Storm, for helping me realize how much I love women. My fourth, I almost did three, but my fourth favorite Marvel hero is Sister Grimm. Nico, I don't remember her last name, from The Runaways. I have not seen The Runaways TV show. I do intend to watch it at some point, I just haven't gotten to it. But when The Runaways Volume 1 first came out, the big, like, thick graphic novel version, that was like, it had to be somewhere in, like, the early 2000s, a little bit later 2000s, because I was in middle school with my friend Jeff. We were really close back in middle school, and my mom got the Runaways book for us because she thought it was really cool, and Jeff and I sat through and read the whole thing, and I've read the first volume so many times. Started trying to read Volume 2, I almost said Marvel 2. Started trying to read Volume 2, and I just, I didn't really like it. I didn't like the tone of it and everything, but what can you do? Sister Grimm is fantastic. She is every aesthetic of me in middle school that, like, I wanted. She's wicked cool. She's a great woman of color. She's, I believe, Japanese. I will put the correction if I'm wrong. I'll double check. I believe she's a Japanese hero who is part of the Runaways crew. Her and Alex, in the graphic novel at least, I don't know about the show, her and Alex have a very good relationship. They're kind of like the mom and dad of the group until, spoiler alert, Alex betrays them. She has a scythe, which is the sickest shit I've ever seen. I love, like, anytime I play any kind of, like, wizarding alignment game, I'm always a necromancer. I'm a pink necromancer, but I'm always a necromancer. So she has a scythe, which is the coolest shit in the world. She has, like, the very, like, emo, goth, kind of gothic Lolita look. She just looks fantastic. Her character design is amazing. I don't know if this should be trigger warning worthy, but brief trigger warning about self-harm mentioned quickly. She gets her powers by, like, bleeding, so she does have an issue with cutting, kind of, in the first graphic novel. It is resolved in the second volume, but that is something that happens in the first graphic novel a lot, and she can never use the same spell twice. But she does use some sick spells. I think it's in Volume 2, they have to get somewhere really fast, so she uses, like, a spell. She uses a spell with her scythe to, like, summon a cloud of ravens, like a horde of ravens, and they all fly on it, and she's just, like, in the front holding on for dear life, hoping that it goes well. I love her! And I think, too, just the whole concept of Runaways, especially, like, in the graphic novel, just the writing of it and everything was great for, like, how old I was and, like, where I was mentally when I first started reading it. It was really good, and it kind of, it's more of, like, a coming-of-age thing in my opinion, and I love it. She's great. And my fifth and final favorite Marvel hero, again, these are only my top 5, haven't really thought into my top 10, but these are my top 5 for their various reasons. My fifth favorite one is Tony Stark, Iron Man. Now again, you have to remember that I have not read any Marvel comics. I have literally only seen the first Avengers movie. I really haven't seen anything else. But I am very into the meme that Tony Stark is my dad because he feels like my dad. I love this man. There's a lot of flaws. I can 100% justify that he has, like, flaws and everything. I'm not one of the Tony stans that's like, he's never done anything wrong in his life. Like, from what I know of Civil War, Steve and Tony both had very good points. I'm not saying one's right, I'm not saying one's wrong. I'm just saying they both had good points. I love Steve Rogers. I hate what the MCU, like, movies did to him, because he could have been a much better character like he is in the comics. I know he can do better. But I love Tony Stark. I think a lot of my love for him, too, comes from the understanding of what it's like to be, like, an abused child, if that makes sense. I'm not gonna get into it, but, like, because we're not here for that. But I understand, and he was abused as a child, whether people want to acknowledge that or not when they talk about his character as an adult, but he was. And, like, honestly, some of the things he does, you're a grown man, you're a rich man, you can afford therapy. However, if you are not a victim of child abuse, I'm really happy that you are, but any kind of abuse you undergo when you're, like, a young child influences you for your entire life. I can identify with that, I can say that from experience, and that's a big part of it. Like, I kind of understand. And I think he tries to do as much good as he can. He doesn't always go about it in the wrong way, but I think he does good. And I think his intentions are most of the time pretty good. I love his weird, like, little duckling following of all his children. He has Harley, he has Peter, he has Nebula, and he has Morgan. And honestly, he has me too. For a while, I really wanted to write, like, a self-insert fic of me being one of Tony's adopted children, and I honestly still might, because I wanted to do, like, a self-insert of me being, like, a superhero, one of Tony's adopted children, and then, like, getting with Bucky. And honestly, I still might, so keep a lookout for that. I have, you can probably see it, but I'll take it down anyway. I have my, proof that Tony Stark has a heart arc reactor pin. I did a whole video on this. I will put the card up here. Go check it out. And I recently just bought this I Love You 3000 arc reactor pin, because I love Tony 3000. And every time I can't put that back up. Every time I see that clip of him and Morgan, I just cry. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Do keep a lookout for my Comic-Con vlog. It will be coming last week of August, first week of September. I'm not super sure. I'm going to pair Comic-Con with the vacation I'm taking with my mom. I just got really loud for a second, I'm sorry. I'm going to be pairing it with the vacation I'm taking with my mom, so it's going to be, like, maybe a longer vlog, but it's going to be together. I didn't want to separate it because then I was kind of thinking about separating if I do, like, a haul from Comic-Con and vacation. We're just going to put it all together. Why the hell not? It'll be a longer vlog. I feel like people like longer vlogs better than they like sit-down videos, so we're just going to do it. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, and let me know down in the comments your top 5 Marvel heroes or DC heroes. I do like some DC heroes. I like Static Shock, I like all of the Teen Titans, especially the run that was on Cartoon Network, and Dick Grayson and Jason Todd. I do love them, and I love, not Aquaman, I love Jason Momoa. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. I'm gonna keep repeating these things because I always forget if I said them, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Who the heck is texting me when I'm filming a video? It's probably my mom asking if I would like some coffee. Oh no. Yes, I would like some coffee.